Share my thoughts on a podcast that I was listening to on YouTube through the Ed Milet show. I hope you guys are tuning into that show. He was interviewing Shark Tank's Barbara Corcoran. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Anyways, she was talking about becoming or being a self-aware leader, and a few things that I took from that. I do have notes, but one of the things she talks about near the end of the podcast is being self-aware of what your thoughts are. What are you thinking as a leader? For instance, what makes you emotional? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you think? In order to really tap into, and I'll get to the second one, in order to really tap into becoming a good leader, you really need to start looking at yourself first. An example that I have for myself, for instance, I realized that I really feel fulfilled when I see my other teammates succeed. Okay, and not because I feel like it gives me any kind of accolades, but because I actually feel fulfillment when I see them succeed. You can almost relate it to, I guess, having children. I don't have children, but you can relate it to having children. When you see your children happy, it makes you happy, right? When you see them win, it makes you feel good, right? And so that's what one of the things I realized about myself, feeling fulfilled when they reach goals that they intended for themselves and reach it. The other part of being self-aware is how you impact others. Okay, so let me say that again. How you impact others by what you say and what you do. Not only do you have to pay attention to how you're feeling, but you also kind of have to be in tune with how they're feeling. Because that will be a little bit more of a test to see if, well, it'll be a great test to see if you would be a good leader, an empathetic leader, right? An empathetic leader always wins out. Now, it might be self-serving. It sounds like it might be self-serving, but see, if you can't tap into how the people you lead are feeling, then how can you alter your message so that they hear it? Because everybody hears differently, right? Everybody hears messages differently. So tapping in to who you're leading, tapping into their emotions and how they see things is super important to becoming an effective leader. And then one of the other things that I listened to today is totally different than the podcast, but it was another YouTube video on self-development. But this guy was talking about calling, right? In my industry, it takes a lot of guts for us to go out and talk to people, strangers sometimes, to be able to show them the value we bring to the world, right? Some people might call that sales. And hey, you know what? Whatever you want to call it. I see it as bringing my gifts out and helping others, right? Others might see it like, well, that's just another way of saying sales. Like, really don't care what you call it. I think we all sell to some level. You guys who have kids sell to your kids all the time, right? Hey, I'll let you play another hour of Fortnite if you eat your vegetables, right? That's a form of selling, guys. So whether you like it or not, you're in sales. Either way, he was talking about this best sales calls, right? The calls that you don't get the result that you necessarily intended on, like an appointment or a close, right? And what he said was so impactful because I just called a whole bunch of people yesterday. I haven't done that in a long time. And I felt really good about it because my intention was to help them, of course. But I wasn't so concerned with who I got on the phone, who answered, who said yes. I wasn't concerned about that. I was just concerned with the fact that, no, I have a job to do. I have a job to do to spread the word, to tell people about how I help people, how I can help people. And one of the things he said was the best calls are the ones that you don't have a close on, as long as you're learning. As long as you're learning from what could have went better, right? Now you can't control if they don't answer, right? But you can definitely control how much you follow up. So, I mean, I hope some of you guys are listening here. If you're in a world of talking to people, communicating, providing value, sales, whatever, right? I hope you got value from that. Go tune into that Ed Milet podcast. I'm going to stick it in the comments here. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Talk to you later.